More good, massive injury news for the Buccaneers. This is awesome stuff to talk about. Yesterday, we talked about Bucky Irving coming back to practice through walkthroughs, and now we have not only more practice, real practice information from Thursday, but another star player has joined him in practice. Welcome to Buccaneers Digest. I'm Sebastian, your host, and I just can't wait to talk. I mean, it's just listen, the Patriots game was disappointing. We all know this, but you have to move on. It is a week-to-week league. We are in the second half of this week. Time to start getting focused on the Bills, and I know the Bucs are. But before we get into this, subscribe. We're trying to hit 3,000. We're trying to make a push here by this weekend. It would mean a lot to the channel. We're trying to be one of the biggest digests and biggest YouTube channels for the Buccaneers. So let's just keep hitting that subscribe. It's free, And we will be doing a live stream this Sunday for the game. It's going to be really exciting, and I hope that we can get a Bucs win this Sunday. So let's just jump right in because it's going to be awesome to talk about this. Yes, the rumors are true. Rick Stroud reported Bucs running back Bucky Irving and wide receiver Chris Godwin. He's in the sweatpants and sweatshirt. He actually ended up fully suiting up in pads later on. Prepare to practice Thursday. Both were limited Wednesday, but could play versus the Bills. It is on the table that they could play for the Bills, or play against the Bills, I should say. And golly, this is exciting because, Bowles did not talk today. It was just, coordinators, they get their talking periods on Thursday. Bowles will not give us a full rundown on availability until Friday or maybe even Saturday. So we'll see. It's probably going to be tomorrow is when we find out if Bucky or Godwin are because sometimes they'll say they're not going to play or they're game time decisions or they'll be playing, like those are the three options. So my guess is they'll be game time decisions if I had to, because they are running around, they're in pads, going through walkthroughs, all that stuff. It's just really exciting because the start of this week, I don't think anyone was expecting the Bucs to have either of them. And now there's a chance that we could have both of them. So kind of out of nowhere, I hope this isn't a desperation move, but it seems to be that they were just keeping their recovery processes very under wraps and not really disclosing any information. Some people were saying Bowles even lied about this stuff. I wouldn't go that far. He just kept his mouth shut and let the healing process do their own work. And it seems to be paying off because now everyone's kind of like, whoa, okay, they could play this game. Worst case, it feels like they play next week against the Rams, but I do think that there's a good chance that they play. I mean, you wouldn't be going through walkthroughs on Wednesday and then practicing the next day. I can't see why they wouldn't practice tomorrow as well if you're not getting ready for the game plan and for ready to play on Sunday. So that's just my hunch. That's not a confirmed thing. I'm speculating, but it feels like a decent thing to speculate. But I want to shout out the guys who have been, playing in place of Evans, Godwin, and Bucky. Specifically, the receivers. There are just two rookies across the NFL this season with 250-plus receiving yards and 4+ receiving touchdowns through Week 10 each. Both are drafted by the Buccaneers by Jason Licht, Emeka Egbuka, and Tez Johnson. They both have 4+ touchdowns. I think Mecca has like over 500 yards receiving at this point, but it's still really cool that these are the two guys that have that share that stat. So really just awesome stuff. Bailey Adams from Pure Report said that rookie wide receiver Emeka Egbuka, 40 catches for 677 yards and 6 touchdowns. Oh boy. And Tez Johnson, 19 catches, 255 yards, 4 touchdowns, have come up huge in the absences of Godwin, Mike Evans, and Jalen McMillan. But the Bucs are still missing quite a bit of production regardless, and the likes of Sterling Shepard and Cameron Johnson can't exactly make up the rest. It's just he's being realistic there. Josh Grizzard said getting Luka Decky back or any starter is going to elevate you, so that was great to see from a run game side of it. He was talking about the Patriots game in particular and how the run game was a lot better than it's been in the past. That's when you just have more offensive linemen, more of your star offensive linemen available. You're going to do better in most aspects, but the run game was really impressive considering the Patriots hadn't allowed a 50-plus rush attack go against them all season, and then the Buccaneers were the first team to do that. So, and we did that without Bucky. And I think it's just the promise of getting Bucky Irving back, not just on fantasy, but just the fact that he's just this burst of energy that's just a playmaking fiend. It's just awesome, and I can't wait to see him back on the field. Godwin too. I feel like for him, it's just the more you're on the field, the more you're getting just like full game reps, the more he'll look like himself. Obviously, we're still waiting to see the Godwin that we knew from like last year, where he was the number one receiver in the league before he got hurt. But I still believe that is fully capable for him. It's just a matter of getting back into game shape, getting back into game speed, and I do believe that both of them are planning on playing. It's just a hard thing to measure. Luka Decky said it would be huge. Those are two great players who really help our offense. We have an extremely talented offense with or without those guys, but it would definitely be a help. I mean, he is being modest. It would, Baker, he would want to see these guys back on the field as soon as possible. And with respect, we have solid guys. It's not like the Bills are loaded with receivers on their side. I actually would say if we measured up the two receiving rooms, without Godwin, without Evans, without Jalen McMillan, I still think the Bucs have the better receiving room because of Emeka Egbuka and Tez Johnson. So it's just an interesting thing there. Now, their running back is what's really going to be scaring the Buccaneers. James Cook, it's going to be a battle, and we'll have to see if Bucky plays, just who outproduces who in the game, just because I like our committee of running backs better than theirs, but their star running back, James Cook, is one heck of a running back, one of the best in the league, deservedly so. So we're going to have to see. I think that if we get both of these guys back, I'm expecting a win. If we don't get them back, I am expecting a dogfight that can go either way. I know it's in Buffalo, but at the same time, it's not in prime time. It's an early game, so it won't be too cold, too hot. So I think it should be decent circumstances for both teams, and both teams are looking to get a win after a bad loss, specifically a really bad loss for the Bills and just a frustrating loss for the Buccaneers. So I think that this is going to be a massive, massive boost. Chris Godwin is just a third down savant. Anytime we need a third down conversion, it feels like we've been doing a lot of stuff to Mekabuka that's just they're not getting on the same page. Godwin is ready, I think, for those plays. I mean, even if we just use him only on third downs or second and third downs, I still believe that it gives us a much better shot, because having to guard him, even as injured as he is still a problem. He's still better than 90% of the receivers in the league. So it's just going to be a boost regardless. And I think that just in a morale sense, I think getting guys back really helps the team and perform. Like, it feels like when you see your guys on the field, you feel like more like yourselves. But you see, your starting receivers being like a Cameron Johnson running one of the routes that's supposed to be for Godwin or McMillan or Egbuka. It makes you nervous. It makes you timid. It makes you unsure. And I listen, Cameron Johnson had a good touchdown against the Niners. They've all made plays. He's doing great stuff on the punt team, and I don't want to disrespect these guys because they are doing a lot in those absences. But we need some of these guys back. The reason why we're a Super Bowl contender is when we have some of these stars in our lineup. We are so dangerous. We have an abundance of weapons, but those weapons have been depleted because of injuries. So, I mean, we all know this. This isn't anything new, groundbreaking stuff that I'm giving to you. But question is for you guys, are you excited? And how do you feel about bringing Bucky and Godwin back for this game against the Bills? Would you rather them rest up and get ready for the Rams? Do you think that we can win without them, or do you think we need them on the field? I think these are important questions, and it's an important situation because these next two games, I think things are to get rough if we lose both of them. If we can at least win one, obviously winning both would be amazing. It's just really important stuff. I really want us to avoid the midseason slump. It's become a big problem for the Buccaneers. We've lost 2 of our last 3 games. It seems like we're only losing against good teams right now. We're taking care of business against the bad teams. Literally, our losses are to the Eagles, the Lions, and the Patriots. And they were all, well, besides the Lions, we're all close games. So I believe that we have what it takes. I believe that there is a good chance that we will win on Sunday. We will be live streaming, like I mentioned before. It's just a matter of, do they have that fight in them? Do they have what it takes to go up against a Bills team that's going to be desperately looking for a win, because they are behind in their division. The Bucs are at the top of their division, maybe feel a little bit too secure, which makes me worried. But the Bills know that they're chasing a division lead now. It hasn't been that way for them for years. So we have to put our foot on the gas and don't let go. And but yeah, let me know in the comments what you guys are thinking about this game, about Godwin, about Bucky, all this stuff. And until the next video, until the next update, I'll see you then.